Welcome back to Mythic Sleep. I am young Homer, here to guide you further into the rise and fall of Zeus. Tonight, we continue Series 7, Worst Enemies and Greatest Threats, with Episode 62, Hades' Resentment. The Tension Underground. In this tale, we turn to Hades, ruler of the underworld and Zeus's elder brother. Though they share blood and a common victory over the Titans, Hades harbors a deep resentment for his role, ruling in darkness while Zeus reigns in the light above, far from the grandeur of Olympus. Hades' kingdom is one of shadows and silence. This tension between the two brothers simmers quietly, a rivalry of power and pride that will, in time, stir even the depths of the underworld. As we enter this story of hidden realms and unspoken grudges, allow yourself to sink deeply into the comfort of your bed, feeling safe, grounded, and fully at rest. Close your eyes if you wish, and take a slow, deep breath in, letting calm flow through your chest, steady and deep as the rivers of the underworld. As you exhale, release any lingering tension, allowing your body to grow heavy, sinking into stillness and ease. This is your time to unwind, to let go, and to find peace. Now focus on the steady rhythm of your breath, each inhale and exhale as constant as the slow pulse of Hades' hidden kingdom. Take a slightly deeper breath in, filling yourself with calm, and hold it gently for a moment. Then, as you exhale, feel any tightness dissolve, leaving only warmth and comfort. One more time, breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, feel yourself sinking deeper, calm and serene. Now let's guide each part of the body to soften, inviting rest with each breath. Start with your forehead, allowing it to relax completely as you exhale. Move to your jaw, releasing any tension, letting it rest softly. Now bring awareness to your shoulders. Inhale deeply, then let them fall as though settling like dust in a quiet cavern. Allow your arms and hands to grow heavy, resting peacefully by your sides. Notice the steady rise and fall in your chest and belly, inhaling as your belly rises, and on the exhale, releasing any last bits of tightness, feeling light and free. Shift your focus to your hips and thighs, letting them sink deeper into the bed, fully supported and relaxed. And finally, bring attention to your calves, feet, and toes, allowing them to release completely, grounded and calm. Now, imagine yourself in the depths of the underworld, where the air is cool and still, and shadows lie thick along the winding rivers of the dead. In the distance, you see Hades, seated upon his dark throne, his gaze steady, his mind filled with the weight of his realm. Though his power is vast, his thoughts turn to Olympus, where his brothers dwell in light, a kingdom denied to him by the draw of fate. Here in the quiet of the underworld, this tension lies unspoken, but ever present. With each breath, feel yourself surrounded by the calm and strength of this moment, as though you too are part of the deep, enduring quiet of this ancient place. Inhale deeply, letting the calm and resolve of the scene fill you, and exhale, feeling grounded, steady, and fully at ease. With your body relaxed and your mind open, allow the story to carry you into this world of silent power and unyielding fate, where even gods must grapple with destiny. Take one last deep breath in and let it out softly. Now, let us begin. After the fall of the Titans, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades drew lots to divide the world among them. Zeus, who had led the gods to victory, claimed the skies and became the king of Olympus. Poseidon chose the seas, becoming lord of the oceans. Hades, by fate, was given dominion over the underworld, a realm of the dead where sunlight and life could never reach. Though his role was essential, Hades felt he had been consigned to a thankless duty, ruling a realm that his brothers seldom visited and mortals feared. For centuries, Hades maintained his rule over the dead with quiet dignity. Yet, as he watched Zeus's Olympus flourish and Poseidon's seas teem with life, he felt the weight of isolation. While mortals and gods revered and celebrated his brothers, Hades's role was seen as somber, dark, and feared. He was not given offerings of joy or festivals of honor. Instead, he received only dread and avoidance. Slowly, his respect for his brothers turned to resentment, and his loyalty to Zeus grew strained. This bitterness lay dormant for ages, but as Olympus thrived and mortals filled the earth and seas, Hades's feelings of betrayal and abandonment began to stir anew. Hades's longing for companionship led him to a fateful decision: to take for himself a queen. He desired Persephone, the beautiful daughter of Demeter, goddess of the harvest. Without Zeus's permission, Hades abducted Persephone and brought her to his kingdom, making her the queen of the underworld. The act sparked a rift with Demeter, who in her grief and fury withheld fertility from the earth, plunging the world into a harsh, endless winter. Zeus was forced to intervene, mediating a tense agreement that allowed Persephone to spend part of the year with her mother on Olympus and the rest with Hades in the underworld. The compromise soothed the immediate tensions, but it also exposed the underlying cracks in Hades's relationship with his brothers. To Hades, the interference from Zeus felt like yet another assertion of his power, another reminder of the realm he had been consigned to, and the brothers who saw him as little more than a warden of shadows. While Persephone's presence brought him comfort, it did little to ease his resentment toward Zeus. Hades's anger simmered, fed by the knowledge that his brothers enjoyed freedom and glory while he ruled in eternal isolation. As the years passed, Hades watched from his dark throne as Zeus and Poseidon shaped the realms of the living. Mortals called upon them for rain, blessings, and protection, while Hades received only fear and curses. Hades viewed this as hypocrisy. Mortals revered his brothers, yet feared the very realm that was essential to the cycle of life and death. To him, it was an injustice, a failure of Zeus's so-called balance. Hades's resentment toward Zeus deepened when he observed his brother's casual affairs with mortals, gods, and nymphs, as if the throne of Olympus granted him immunity from consequence. Zeus's rule, in Hades's eyes, seemed less about justice and more about indulgence and self-glorification. In the underworld, Hades upheld strict rules, overseeing the souls of mortals with an impartial hand, ensuring order and respect for the cycle of life. But his dedication was overlooked, forgotten by both gods and men, a loyalty unappreciated by Olympus. Hades's anger began to morph into something darker, a desire for recognition, for his rule to be acknowledged and respected as equally important. But he knew that such a demand would not be met without challenge. One day, Hades's patience finally broke. Seeking to remind Zeus and the Olympians of his power, Hades sent a silent but deadly warning. From the depths of the underworld, he released a plague upon the city of Thebes. Mortals fell ill, crops withered, and fear swept across the land as the death toll rose. The people of Thebes prayed to Zeus, but their pleas went unanswered as Zeus remained unaware of the true source of their suffering. As the plague worsened, word reached Olympus, and Zeus, concerned, sought the cause. When he finally understood that the plague was Hades's doing, he was both shocked and furious. Zeus summoned Hades to Olympus, demanding an explanation for the suffering he had wrought upon the mortal world. But Hades, for the first time, stood defiant before his brother, his eyes cold and unyielding. "You forget that I too am a god," Hades declared, his voice echoing through the halls of Olympus. "You have dismissed me, confined me to the shadows, and yet you reap the adoration of mortals while my realm is scorned. I am the balance you claim to uphold, Zeus, and yet you act as though I am invisible. This plague is a reminder to mortals and to you that death is as sacred as life." Zeus, though angered, saw that his brother's resentment was more than rebellion. It was a call for respect, for acknowledgement of the vital role Hades played in the order of the cosmos, recognizing that further punishment would only deepen the rift. Zeus took a different approach. He offered Hades a position in the Olympian Council, a seat among the gods of Olympus, where his voice would be heard and his role recognized. This seat, Zeus hoped, would bridge the distance between them, allowing Hades to feel valued as an equal. Though wary of Zeus's intentions, Hades agreed, accepting the offer as a gesture of respect. For the first time, Hades ascended to Olympus not as a visitor, but as an ally, his authority acknowledged by those who had long ignored his role. But while Zeus's offer brought a measure of peace, it was a fragile peace, one born not from true reconciliation, but from necessity. Hades knew that this gesture did not erase centuries of neglect, nor did it change the nature of his realm. He accepted Zeus's olive branch, but he held his resentment close, a quiet reminder of the power he wielded, a power that could bring Olympus to its knees if tested once more. The events surrounding the plague and Hades's confrontation with Zeus spread through Olympus, changing the way the gods viewed the underworld. Hades, once regarded as a distant and somber figure, was now seen as a god whose rule was vital to the balance of life and death. Mortals, too, came to respect the Lord of the Dead, recognizing that his realm was not a place of punishment, but a part of the natural order. Zeus's understanding of his brother had deepened, and he knew that dismissing Hades had been a mistake. The Lord of the underworld was not merely a custodian of souls, but a guardian of cosmic order, a force as necessary as any Olympian god. Hades's rebellion had reminded him that every god's role held significance, that Olympus was not a hierarchy but a balance where each domain, light or dark, life or death, must be honored. Through Hades's quiet defiance, Zeus found a new appreciation for his brother's wisdom, for his understanding of the cyclical nature of existence. And though the bond between them would always carry the scars of their early division, they stood as equals, their shared duty to maintain balance strengthened by mutual respect. Though the peace between Zeus and Hades held, the gods knew that the Lord of the underworld was no longer an afterthought. Hades had shown that his realm, while distant from Olympus, wielded power that demanded respect. And while Zeus and Hades maintained a tentative truce, the tension between the realms of light and shadow lingered, a reminder that their relationship was bound by both duty and rivalry. For Hades, the confrontation with Zeus brought a sense of vindication. No longer would he be dismissed, nor would his realm be overlooked. His loyalty to Olympus, though renewed, was cautious, his respect for his brothers tempered by the knowledge that his power was absolute within his own domain. In the darkness of the underworld, Hades sat upon his throne with a quiet satisfaction, his role secure, his strength acknowledged, and so the balance between Olympus and the underworld held, yet the events of Hades's defiance would echo through eternity, a story that reminded gods and mortals alike that death was not a punishment, but an integral part of the cosmic order, a truth that even Zeus had come to accept. But even as peace settled in the realms of the gods, another threat began to brew among mortals. Join us in the next episode as humanity faces its own reckoning, defying the gods in ways Zeus had never imagined. Discover how the rebellion of mortals would lead to the flood of Deucalion, an event that would test the Olympians' tolerance and reshape the bond between gods and humans. Until we meet again, may your path be filled with peace, strength, and a touch of magic. I'm young Homer, and I look forward to our next story together.